Bill in their matchup against Houston. He recorded 55 yards and notched 1 touchdown in H-Town, and his 7 receptions would be a team high. DJ, the 2-year pro, would have a performance that was music to our ears, and he's your North Florida Hyundai dealer's offensive player of the game.
Team, if we strive to make things better like Hyundai, we will have success. If we commit to being the best like Hyundai, we will have...
Are the snacks after the game, Coach?
Molly's mom brought snacks.
Yeah!
Success! Right now, check out Hyundai's award-winning family of SUVs, starting at under $20,000. Hurry into your local Hyundai dealer for a great deal more than just a great deal. Call 877-616-8513 for complete feature and offer details.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by General RV. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. Just a day after the antics on the sideline by Jalen Ramsey, reports come out confirmed by his agent that Ramsey has requested a trade from the Jaguars. Jaguars reportedly asking for at least a first-round pick in return. Adam Schefter also reported that Jalen could be gone as early as this week. And another quarterback lost as New York's Trevor Siemian goes down on Monday Night Football while playing Cleveland. Baker Mayfield had over 300 yards and a touchdown as Odell does what Odell does and stretches a one-hander for the score. Nick Chubb got the first touchdown of the night after a 19-yard run. The Browns beat the Jets 23-3 for the first win of the season. Other quarterbacks out as Ben Roethlisberger will undergo elbow surgery and is out for the season. In addition, Drew Brees will miss up to 6 weeks after his thumb injury suffered Sunday. 7:03 and 72 degrees. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Jalen, don't ever let go.
There's room on the door for both of us.
Don't ever let go. Brrr. Brrr.
Every night in my dreams,
Brrr.
I see you.
I'm here.
I feel you.
Help.
That's
Ship is sinking.
how I know you.
We're going down. Jalen. King of the world.
Across the distance
Goodbye.
and space.
He looked at Shad,
You know it!
holding that big diamond, said, "You go on, Shad."
Holy smokes, man. That escalated quickly, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I got out of hand fast.
Wow. I think maybe somebody ought to lay low in a safe house or something. And you. I saw you with a trident. That wasn't a good idea. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. So
Jalen's that one guy on the Titanic that skips the women and children to find the
he
lifeboat.
got on the boat.
Billy
man.
Zane.
He had money.
Hell with you, I'm rich.
He had money. Shove some money.
Trying to get this money.
Oh, man. What a bummer. I was thinking, because the NFL is such a result-oriented league, and I was thinking this. I wonder if Fournette had got in, if all this would have happened. And then I thought to myself, well, because it's Jalen, the answer is probably still would have happened. Most anybody else, probably not. But because it's Jalen, it probably still would have happened. So here we are now on a short work week, Tuesday, and we're not going to win this game Thursday night now.
Damn it.
No chance, right?
That looks like money's coming in on the Jags, Dan. The line shifted from 2.5 to 1.5.
Yeah, okay, good.
Money pouring in.
Yeah. So, and I also like, as Taylor said, good morning, Taylor.
Good morning.
I like how you said in the update, his agent confirmed. His agent confirmed what his agent requested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was very easy to confirm.
Yeah. He's like, yes, I did do that.
That was me.
Yes, I did call Dave and say that.
So his agent tells Schechner, and Rappaport, and they put it out there. And then his agent confirms what his agent told them, that Jalen does indeed want to trade. So away we go. Now, it started with Jalen has requested a trade, at around 6 o'clock, right? It was about 6:15 last night. To he could be moved as early as this week. Whoa. Again, that escalated quickly, right?
I'm waiting for Jason Lockcan-Ford to report that he was already traded at the time of the request.
It's already gone.
It's called reporting, okay?
We've been incepted.
It's called reporting, friend. So what now? Our drill poll question of the day, we want you to jump in, play along at Dan Hicken. Presented by Lockett Law, DUI, and Criminal Defense, 858-9818. Know before you blow. Know before you blow. What do the Jags do with Jalen Ramsey? What do they do? Do you trade him immediately? Do you pay him whatever he wants? Do you ignore because he's under contract, or do you be patient and get equal value? So we have almost 1,400 votes already, and 35% want to keep him. Ignore. He's under contract. 28% say be patient, get equal value. 20% say trade him immediately. And 17% say pay him whatever he wants. I do, and one of the misconceptions I do believe is this. This is not, because I heard some of the narrative last night. This is not Doug Marrone versus Jalen Ramsey in any way, shape, or form. This is Jalen Ramsey against, like, the Jaguars organization. It's not, if Jalen Ramsey gets traded, I got news for you. The things are not looking good right now. If they don't start winning, the boys aren't going to be here anyway. They're all going to, leave. So in a results-oriented business, the results for the Jags over the last 14 games, you guys know the record, right? 2-12. 2-12.
If you're the Jags, Jalen Ramsey played all 14 of those games.
Oh, sure. So,
it's one thing to concede
yeah.
in your own beliefs or your own, way of doing things if a guy is helping you win the games you wouldn't normally win.
Right.
But
which he could have done on Sunday if he had caught the ball, but he didn't.
In which he didn't do at all against Kansas City. If you don't have Jalen Ramsey, maybe you give up 500 yards instead of 400.
Yeah. And, people say, well, I'd get rid of Marrone. That's not going to make Jalen Ramsey happy. The only thing that's going to make Jalen Ramsey happy is you bringing the Brinks truck to his house. And why would you do that now?
Well, it
makes no sense.
You can't. This is over. There's no making Jalen Ramsey happy. There's never in the history of sports can I remember. Kobe did, but they get rid of Shaq. I never remember a star player, ever demanding a trade and then being on the team 2 years later.
Yeah.
I can't remember one.
Yeah.
It may not be today or tomorrow or this week or even this year's trade deadline, but they're not paying Jalen Ramsey. He's not getting a second contract. The Jalen Ramsey era is over. We just don't know the due date, is what would be my guess. I can't say that, factually.
Yeah.
But using historical perspective, superstars who demand trades don't end up where they demanded the trade from.
Yeah. If I do trade him, I would like to send him to Buffalo.
You would?
Yeah. I'd
Is
send him
that
to Buffalo.
for his own demise or?
That's for me being ticked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
I
say
love
he-
Buffalo. You know what I mean? I'm born in Buffalo.
Well, I said this. I'd look at all of the options and I would choose the combination, equal parts, of what gives me the most and what's the worst for him. But again, I'm a little more,
So it's going to be interesting to see what the trade market is. Look, if you're the Jags, you do have to be patient in this respect. Laramie Tunsil was traded for 2 number 1s and a number 2. Is that correct?
I
Right?
believe that's correct.
Not a better player, but he plays a more important position.
Not even close to being a better player, though.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, I haven't watched Laramie Tunsil play much, but
He's not even a top. I don't think he's a top 5 tackler.
Yeah, I don't know.
I watched him Sunday. And
here's another thing that Jalen is misrepresented
It was 2 firsts and a second for Tunsil and Kenny Stills.
to himself. He's misrepresented to himself. Here's the problem.
we'll throw somebody else in for money. The
problem-
problem is we screw up the picks.
There is no problem for Jalen.
Jalen
Listen,
Keelan Cole.
Here's the deal. The problem for the Jaguars is, and I was about to say the problem for Jalen. There are no problems for Jalen. He's going to end up gone, and like all of the prima donna superstars before him, he'll get for the most part what he wants. But at the end of the day, you can only demand so much based on your position, and you're a cornerback, and there's not a Super Bowl champion in history that at the end of the year named their cornerback their best player, their most important player.
Mm-hmm.
They're important. You have if you have a better one, it's better than you don't, but you can't act like a quarterback or a a monster defensive end if you're a corner.
Well, going to be uncomfortable down there today, boy, when the fellas come in.
I saw Miles Jack last night right after, and he
rolls
admitted, yeah, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit for that. Most players say, oh, we got a game Tuesday, blah, blah, blah.
I got some distractions for Miles Jack, too, by the way.
You do?
Yeah, he's been a distraction, too.
Oh, for
just so
sure.
you know.
I'm not pro Miles Jack. I'm just telling you that gives you a sense of what the locker room knows.
Oh, yeah.
It's so I just don't know how. So selfish, so Jalen. I mean, it's a short week.
Oh, yeah.
I would say this, Dan. If you want to be traded, tell me in June or tell me in December. But when you do it right now, you just giving a middle finger to every Jack fan, every coach, every player. He's just so absorbed in himself, Dan. I don't know if he even knows that.
Did anyone it is especially this week. And I had said earlier, I don't, even if the Jags have won, most people wouldn't. I thought if they had won the game that maybe this wouldn't have happened because it's such a results-oriented business, but I'm not so sure. But does anyone think for 1 second that this is a result of the dust-up with Doug Marrone?
That's just the culmination.
Yeah,
of it.
that's just like a little bit of the icing, on the big cake that for whatever reason, despite the team, I think Rappaport said he doesn't like the way he's been used either.
Wants to play man. You can't coach and play.
Yeah.
Here's what again. This is Dan again, and I'm piling on again. That is so selfish.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal, Jalen. You play for a team that has coaches that know you have 10 defensive teammates, and so what system is best for you may not be best for all them.
Yeah.
See, but you're just so about you that you could care less. He's an awful teammate. He's an awful teammate.
Yeah.
This is the cherry on top
Yeah.
of what a just complete, utter chemistry disaster this guy is. And I'm sure the Jags, hope that they can just get some return for all that talent. But it comes with a cost, boy.
Yeah.
And we're learning that it's a big cost.
Well, we're going to talk at length about Jalen. And listen, send in some trade proposals, man. We'll take a look at them. We'll let you know what we think. Where's he going to go? Who's he going to end up with? Is it inevitable now that he does get dealt? NFL players, it's a different NFL now. I mean, they see what Antonio Brown did. They see what others have done. You don't have to stay with your team, apparently. If you're unhappy.
If you don't mind and if you're like impression of your character from other people, if you don't care what other people think, you're right. Everyone thinks Antonio Brown is worst of the worst.
You don't have to think it. Just read any article about him and all the
that's what I
different
mean.
allegations against him.
That's what's strange about Jalen. Usually when you get to this point, there are other reasons that a team keeps
there aren't
you
any
around.
of those.
No, there are none. The kid is,
Yeah, he's not breaking the law. He's not being sued.
No,
He's not,
no.
There's none of that.
Nothing like that. No, he's just and I've heard also comparisons to Deion. That's not fair to Deion. Deion had a playful spirit about him.
Well, Deion rebuked him last year for that article.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's no Deion. Y'all stop it.
Deion's coming to town here, isn't he?
He should.
Thursday night?
Yeah, he should
Yeah,
be.
the network's here.
Yeah, so he'll probably do a sit down with those guys and, tell everybody what he thinks. So
Or maybe he won't. 'Cause
I think it is fair, though,
We'll be
Dan.
here.
It may not be all about Marrone, but I don't think that there's a trade request yesterday if that hadn't happened with Marrone on the sideline. I don't.
Oh, no. But I think
So-
that's what triggered it.
Yeah, it's certainly a part.
But it's not Marrone versus Ramsey. It's Ramsey versus
Here,
Jaguars
there's so many
organization.
other issues. The Jags
Yeah.
now, and he just guaranteed maybe someone will pay him next time, but the Jags aren't paying him that. And he's not sticking around.
No.
So trade him now, soon.
Yeah, they
can't
can't
try
pay
to get something this year for him.
Yeah, how can I pay you when you act like this over and over and over?
Your disdain for us.
I mean, we
is
can
so
go back. We can
there's
go
there's
through all
more.
the incidents here, man.
But look, again, you empower these guys when you let them skip things that everyone else is at and, do things that no one else does. This is what happens.
Yeah, Marrone made camp easy, and to me, this is how he got repaid.
Correct.
Okay,
Dan,
thanks a lot.
Think about this. Go back to the final game of last year. This is 3 games in a row where these 3 young players have acted the ass.
Oh, yeah.
3 in a row.
Fournette, Yeldon. Yeah.
Fournette, Yeldon, Miles, and now Jalen.
We've also had 4 straight games with 4 different starting quarterbacks.
That doesn't help either. This is the drill. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
Beef, my heart will go on.
We'll hit some of the headlines from the rest of the sports world. There was Monday Night Football last night, and more when we return here on the drill.
Downtime with Dan is brought to you by Ameris Bank and our team of mortgage experts. From down payment assistance options to specialty loan programs, we're with you.
Well, it's not good, and you're 0-2, and your best player wants out, and one thing after another for the Jaguars as the 2019 season, the one that we were looking so forward to just 2 short weeks ago, the one that we couldn't wait for, has suddenly started to go up in smoke. It's the ship is sinking. And somebody's going to have to save the ship. And I guess that somebody really is Gardner Minshew and this football team who, if somehow, some way, can find a way to get a victory on Thursday night and then go on, it will buy them at least some time. Lose and you're 0-3 and the season basically is over.
Hi, this is Scott Hall with Ameris Bank. At Ameris, we're dedicated to finding the best deals for our customers. We're also the bank